Hi everyone, welcome to this week's garden report for January. I have, just like everyone else, have been very busy this week with work and everything else, but we have also been experiencing a lot of weather. We've had a lot of wind, a lot of rain, so much rain it has flooded in different areas of our yard. My husband was trimming crepe myrtles and we can't even get to move the limbs right now because there's so much water over where they are standing that we would probably dig a trench. I'm sure everyone else has been experiencing a lot of different weather patterns this week, and hopefully tomorrow maybe we'll get a little snow. Fingers crossed. I'm missing seeing the snowfall. This week I was able to get some leaves raked up into a couple of our garden beds. Leaves are very good for our soil. They decompose well. They offer a lot of nutrients. But I thought today I would show you some progress on my bachelor buttons and a few other things in our garden area. So come along with me. See where I have laid some leaves in the garden bed here. I need to add some more because we've had so much wind, and of course looks like some of them have blown out. This is German thyme, and it grows really well through the winter here. We're in Virginia. I'm in zone 7B currently. Maybe that's ever changing at the moment, but this is German thyme, which is very good in different recipes. I have some more on this side, but here are, you can see my baby bachelor buttons. I uncovered just a little bit so that you could see how they're progressing. I was a little late on getting them started. I've usually started them in September, which is recommended, but I did not get mine started probably until October, but they're hanging in there. So we will see what they're doing. Still keeping it protected with the row cover. If it snows very hard, I'll remove the row cover. The fortress is to keep our dog from tearing up our row cover, of course. Over here, I was able to get a few more things cleaned out and removed. We still have much more work to do in this bed. And then I'm going to swing over this way because I wanted to share with you a couple of flowers I've kept in the bed right now, but I'll be removing, but I thought I would just show them to you. These are lisianthus, and this leaf is reminds me of a succulent. It's kind of rubbery. Lisianthus are very beautiful cut flower. They have an amazing vase life. They're so beautiful, they almost look fake. They come in different colors. I've grown white, pink. I've even had a purple one come up before. Normally I start these as seeds at the very 1st of January. They take a long time to germinate, a long time to grow. And then you can plant them outside, probably here in our area, probably around March I would. They do bloom in June. However, this year I decided to order some plugs, which are a little bit bigger starts, and so it wouldn't just be so much time consuming trying to get these babies to germinate. But if you want a beautiful cut flower, I would recommend getting the plugs. You can grow the seeds, but it takes a long time. I would get plugs, put them in your garden. They're beautiful cut flower. This is a leftover calasia. It was blooming just a few days ago. I'll be pulling this up. Calasia it really can be put in early. One of my earliest plants that I put in my garden bed. I had this whole particular garden bed was full of calasia back in the spring. Calasia is a medicinal and culinary herb. Has a lot of medicinal properties, but you can also use the petals. The ones I grew were really bright, brilliant orange. They can be used for decorating cakes or cookies, just adding some fun flavor there. But I also, later here, I want to show you some of an interesting plant that I found new to me in Virginia that I will take you over and show you here in just a moment. Give me a moment to turn my camera there. We moved out here or into this home in 2013, and one of my goals was in learning the coastal environment that I was in, the Virginia environment. I wanted to plant some native plants that were sort of the epitome of southern gardens and yards in our area. And one of the plants is camellia that I planted. And I first was introduced to camellia when I was in the early childhood field, and I was visiting a provider's home where she cared for children. And in her backyard, she had beautiful rows of camellia, and that's where I learned. And so we had bought this one at one of our local nurseries, and this was like a variegated, if you can see, has like the white in it, a variegated flower. It's just, she's just really showing herself off. And I'm gonna slowly turn my camera towards her, and hopefully you can see some of these flowers there. She's absolutely gorgeous. And she's getting very tall and just blooming. It's so nice to see some flowers in January. And if you can grow camellia in your area, I would definitely do that. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We also have, I planted, some of the other things I planted were azaleas. I planted, of course, crepe myrtles. And the other thing that I wanted to plant was some jasmine. And I was at another, like a plant sale going on a couple of years ago, and I bought vining jasmine. And I have an arbor where I call my little English garden. It's off the side of my house. It's always full of herbs. We have some roses that were here when we were first moved in. So we use a lot for herbs. I put some flowers there, but I put the vining jasmine over the trellis as you enter the gate, and she's done extraordinary. So I'm going to take you over there and give you a peek of that. Well, here I am near my English garden. I'll turn my camera there so that you can see it. This is my vining jasmine. She gets really beautiful in early summer, stays that way. It's nice to have that greenery too in the winter. But she gets little white flowers on her that are highly fragrant, and she's just beautiful. Of course, she's a great pollinator as well. And I would suggest if you can grow vining jasmine in your neck of the woods, that you do so. She's beautiful. And she's been easy to train up our trellis and over our garden bed. I'm staying in my English bed. And this particular yard has a lot of rosemary in it, like I said earlier, and a lot of herbs. So this season we are definitely in seed catalog season, and I'm sure that you get quite a few in your email or inbox. I've enjoyed looking at those resources, and I'll tell you a few that I use, and feel free to take a look at them. I like to order seeds from Johnny Seeds. His seeds seem to do very well here. Another local to me is the Gardener's Workshop Farm, and you can find them on just Google them and you'll find them. Lisa Ziegler has a lot of resources, a lot of good books that she's written. You can order lots of great supplies from her. If you're local, you can order and then pick up at her warehouse. And she has a lot of seed starting tools. She has classes online. I order a lot of my seeds from her, and I've learned a lot of very cool things about cool season flowers and growing them. So she's a great resource. I also like to order from Park Seed. I like to order some of their herbs and flowers and different things. And then I also like to order from Baker's Creek Heirloom Seeds. when I get the opportunity. They have some wonderful seed selections there. I'm sure everyone has their favorite, but definitely may want to reach out and look at those resources. You can get a lot of cool catalogs for free. Now is the time to start planning your gardens and thinking about what you want to do. I've already planted, I think I shared with you last week, tulips. Got my bachelor buttons. They've been growing anemone, and I'm hoping to get some other seeds started later on this weekend and or early this week to get them growing, some sweet peas and maybe some early veggies as well. Well, have a great week, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you have a story you would like to share, please reach out as well. And thank you for joining me. God bless, and keep looking up.